Hello again, mga lovies. So, welcome to the Going Live with Shelly Lazaro Express Edition. So, I will be with you for 30 minutes this afternoon. This show is actually the extension of my regular weekly TV talk show on Net 25. It's airing very soon. That will be every Saturday at 4 p.m. So, meantime, during the lockdown, allow me to entertain you, allow me to let you in on my conversations with some of my friends who are operating and managing businesses that have significant impact and are doing so many things during this pandemic. Just when our country was finding its groove after decades in the economic wilderness, ayan na, along came this COVID-19 pandemic. Although banks, I think, are not hit by this novel coronavirus as directly as other retail institutions, they still are at the forefront of the public attention. So I think their stability is really, really crucial to keep our economic system up and running. So today, I invited the country's most respected, most intelligent, and highly credible top banking executive to share with us, to give us insights, and to answer banking questions, especially with regard to the impact and potential implications of this kontrabidang coronavirus to the entire banking and capital market that will subsequently affect us, all of us as depositors and as clients. So before I introduce him, let's watch this video. Okay, so our guest this afternoon is no other than Mr. Tony Moncupa, the President and CEO of Eastwest Bank. Hello, Tito Tony. Are you here
Hi,
already?
Shelly, magandang hapon sa iyo. At
Hi,
magandang hapon sa
Tito.
lahat ng tagapakinig mo at nanonood ngayon. Pero sana
Tito, this
sinabi
is
mo
a
lang, good looks na lang, wag na yung iba pa.
Wala,
Nagda-
mas importante yung good looks, no? Tito, pinaghandaan kita. I normally wear house clothes lang. Ngayon, I'm wearing a blazer for you because this
Oh,
is a special episode. Okay, because this is an express show, let's start already. Before we talk about mga serious COVID-19 and banking mga issues, I want to know muna, how are you now during the lockdown, your family life?
unfortunately, banking kasama sa mga critical industries. So I'm as busy as could be just during the work times because we need to keep the bank running. We need to make sure we have enough stores or branches open. We need to make sure the ATM has cash, and we need to make sure our online and our mobile ay patuloy na tumatakbo para mapaglingkuran natin yung ating mga kababayan.
So, Tito, ikaw, wala kang cabin fever kasi you still have to go out. Or you do
Uh,
everything virtual also?
yeah, I don't go out except for once. I try move around to see what's the condition of our. Sabi nga, we need to be in the battlefront once in a while, no? At least once. So it's really virtual. You use Teams, Zoom, email, Viber, all sorts of communications. We're getting more used to it.
Okay. At least you're techie, Tito. By the way, Tito Tony is the dad of one of my best friends, Anna Moncupa. You're watching. Hello, Anna. She's running a
My
storage
favorite
business. So,
daughter.
the favorite kasi the only daughter. Okay, Tito. So, can you share with us some of your learnings, personal learnings
Uh, you know,
during this ECQ?
One of the things I've learned is you learn to appreciate little things. I could see our friends, yung mga kasama natin sa palipaligid. At least nakikita ko magkakasama yung pamilya, masaya sila, kahit papaano. And then, but I also appreciate na nakikita natin yung ugaling Pinoy, yung bayanihan ba? marami sa ating mga kababayan na sa abot ng kanilang makakaya ay patuloy na tumutulong. In their small ways, they either build small protective equipments to help the frontliners, or they donate to causes. Lalo na nga pala yung katulad ng the Rotary movement. I know the Rotary Club Manila Bay, together with all the other Rotary clubs, are very much active in trying to help dito sa laban na ito against the virus, sabi nga nila. Not only all social civic organizations and even the big corporations, they're donating hundreds of millions of pesos. Everybody contributing, the true bayanihan spirit ating mga Pinoy at paano lumalabas. Napakaganda. Diba?
Yun nga, Tito, no? Ako, kasi I always look at the positive side of things. Mas yan yung nakikita ko. Yung the generosity, yung love ng mga Filipinos sa kapwa Filipino, 'di ba? Mas yan yung nakikita ko now. Everyone is working together, doing their share to help out. So Tito, before we proceed na to our more serious discussion, let's play a little game lang. We call this fast talk. Okay, super fast lang to. I'm gonna give you 2 words, and then you're gonna choose one lang. Ayan,
okay.
Fast talk with Tito Tony. But Tito, when you say your choice, you have no chance to defend your answer, okay? Walang explanation, just give me an answer, okay? Dollar or peso?
Dollar.
Cash or card?
Cash.
Debit or credit?
Of course, always debit.
Visa or MasterCard?
Both.
Bawal both. You have to choose one.
They'll get mad at me if I choose one.
Oo nga. Okay. Time deposit or savings?
Of course, time deposit.
3 years or 5 years?
5 years.
Sedan or SUV?
SUV.
Toyota or Mitsubishi?
And then get mad at me again.
Ay, I know that. Ito rin siguro, Starex or Grandia?
But close to this.
Hard. I don't want to put you in that position. Check or passbook?
Check or passbook? Check, of course.
House or condo?
A house. Always house.
Buy or rent?
Rent.
Stocks or bonds?
Stocks.
Ay, nako, ito Tito, nanonood ba ang family, children or spouse? You have to answer, Tito. You have to choose one lang. For fun lang.
Children.
You don't have to explain. Okay, Anna. Ito, Anna, you're watching. Son or daughter?
Sons.
Okay.
I have 2.
Yeah, sons. Naku, sorry, Anna. Wala na ang billion inheritance mo. East or west?
East-West.
Of course.
East, of course. Always east.
Okay. Thank you for answering, Tito. Before we proceed, we had kanina pa when they found out that you will be guesting here, they wanted to say hi to you. They wanted to greet you on air. Rennie Andrews, your office mate now before?
Yes.
Yeah. So she's the charter president of our Rotary Club, where I was past president. Anna is also a member of our club. Mon Guerrero, your poker
Yes,
mate.
of course. My good friend Mon. Get with Rennie.
Si Tita Sally Magat, another
yes, of
colleague.
course.
Yes, so so they're all saying hi. And then, Tito, we have so many, marami lang yung comments. So sorry guys, I won't be able to read everything, but si Tito Tony can see it later. I think you have mga employees who are watching. They're all commenting. Plenty of people are saying hi. So
hi to my comrade.
Comments na lang later.
I call them my comrades in Eastwest.
Tito, some mga East-West facts. How many branches do you have right now?
I thought we have 391. Plus about 80 more in our rural banks. So if we add it to about
Oh,
470, it's quite a number. Yeah.
470. And how many total number of employees, including the ones in the head office?
Right now we have 6,000, almost 7,000. Almost 7,000.
7,000. Wow. Okay. Um, Tito, what are the effects of ECQ to the banking industry as a whole?
First of all, talk about serious business. This ECQ, this virus, as our president would like to call this virus, will destroy jobs, incomes, and output. And at
Mm-hmm.
the center of our economic life would be the banking industry. So if our small business enterprises, if our consumers are in difficult situations, inevitably it lands with the banks because they deal with the banks and we support both businesses and households, either for their consumption needs, for their capital expenditures, or for their investments. So medyo apektado tayo dyan because you're
Okay.
talking about the whole economy. Yes.
Okay. Tito, for mga common like me, I'm really not a financial person. But I'm sure everyone, ang isa lang common tanong nila now sa banking industry, like, is our money safe ba now, Tito, in the bank right now during this pandemic? Or do we have to withdraw everything na?
No, 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 Shelly. Fortunately for us here in the country, even before this pandemic,
Mhm.
the Philippines is being considered to have one of the strongest banking system in the whole world.
Mm.
The
Okay.
capitalization of the industry is adequate. And besides, we don't have a lot of this what they call off-book transactions that is quite common in the advanced countries. So it's relatively simple, and because of the adequate capitalization, and most importantly, because of the proactive intervention of our monetary
Mhm.
authorities, now led by Governor Ben Jokno, the Monetary Board, and the Central Bank, and the evolving intervention of the department, the fiscal intervention by the Department of Finance
Uh-huh.
and the economic team, we should alleviate the pain that would
Okay.
naturally result from this ECQ.
Okay, so no need to worry because I know I won't mention but she's one of my titas talaga nung in-announce yung quarantine, hindi lahat, but dinala niya na yung money niya sa house, natakot siya baka hindi na ma-withdraw. Pero tito, 'di ba, parang lahat halos ng deposits. I'm not sure with the smaller banks, but the major banks are, 'di ba, insured yan with PDIC. Para lang clear to all, I don't know if this is a common knowledge naman, di ba tito may cap lang yung insurance?
Yeah.
Of course, with what you said naman, that gives us confidence na okay ang savings namin sa bank. But expecting, like, looking at the worst case scenario, na something happen, na lugi ang banking industry, my God, totoo ba tito na kung ano lang yung cap, yung coverage ng insurance, even if we have billions in the bank, yun lang yung mababalik to
Yeah,
the
that's
depositors?
true. It's 500,000 maximum per depositor is
Okay.
the insured amount.
So
That's
Tito,
true.
are the big banks safer than smaller banks?
I think the whole industry is safe in a sense because I
Okay.
think the adoption by the central bank, the Bangko Sentral, may tinatawag yung Basel III, narinig mo na ba yun? It's an international regulatory framework by which all banks
Okay.
have to follow. And
Okay.
the intention of that framework is to ensure that the banking industry continues to be safe and sound so that it could continue to function and assist the development efforts of the whole country. So they've been,
Okay.
during good times, we were complaining nga kasi masyadong mahigpit. But now we're thankful because of the strictness by which we have complied with the prudential regulations and the proactive nature of the regulations. I think we're pretty much in a good place.
Ayan,
Nothing to
Tito,
worry about.
wow, eto, Tito, I have to read this, from Vivian Melia, Mela. I think she's your friend. Hi, Tony. That was an awesome answer regarding banking industry. We are now confident with our deposit. Oh, me
As with your
also,
dollar.
confident na ako with my 5,000 peso deposit. It will not vanish. O, Tito,
Okay.
okay, yung day-to-day naman now during the lockdown, yung cash availability concern din yon. Is there enough parang cash going around during this pandemic? Like yung replenishment, kasi lahat nagwi-withdraw for
Yeah.
sure.
No,
There's
actually,
enough.
the withdrawals have slowed down. There's not much withdrawal
Okay.
nowadays. The initial reaction has been that, which is natural. But I think
Okay.
after it has been made clear that there's money, more than enough money, flowing out of every vault of any branch of a bank, I think it's okay. That's the first
Okay.
thing that
All
the
right.
banks and central bank attended to make sure that there is enough cash in the ATMs, in the banks, in the branches, and everywhere else. It's.
Okay.
Hmm.
Although, Tito, I don't know din naman why we will be needing so much money now kasi sarado mga retail stores. So, other than groceries and mga home essentials, wala rin time to shop now. So,
But
Tito, are
it's
all
typical. It's typical. Sorry,
your
sorry.
ano,
Yeah.
your almost 500 branches, are all these branches were operational now or you had to close some?
Now, we have to close because we need to do our share in this uh, ex- enhanced community quarantine. We have to make sure that we only have the necessary personnel in their posts so that we try to contribute against the spread of the virus. So, like
Okay.
in most of Luzon and Visayas, Mindanao, it's open. In Metro Manila, it's about one third of, or a little less than one third of our our branches are open. We just
Okay.
make sure that there's enough. But we're also looking at the transactions. Transaction counts have also gone down quite substantially. So we have enough. Medyo a little
Okay.
inconvenient lang ng konti. Pasensya na po tayo at talaga pong hindi na katulad ng dati. Medyo we cannot allow everybody in sa mga branches. Minsan meron tayong pila sa labas. And because we need to protect our depositors and likewise, yung po mga kasama natin sa hanap buhay para hindi naman po sila magkasakit.
Oo nga, Tito. So, like you said nga, di ba, parang iba na now. We cannot expect, which branch yan, Tito? This is
I think
one
that's
of,
that's
I think,
that's the head office. Yeah.
the head office. So, yun nga, Tito, no, parang even after ECQ or kahit matapos tong crisis, we don't expect to go back to the pre-COVID-19 world, no? We really have to adjust. Plenty of changes talaga. Tito, dun sa mga walang hindi nag-ATM, like ako talaga, I don't have ATM. I really go to the bank. Yung mga walang ATM, tapos sarado yung mga depository branches nila, can they do banking transactions in other branches?
Yeah. Definitely, I
Okay.
think all banks are now online or capable of doing transactions for their customers anywhere, any place, basta may office.
Okay.
I would suggest you learn mobile banking. It's very convenient. It's really, really
Mobile
very,
banking. Okay.
kasi you don't
Pero
need to move
Tito,
around. Mm.
okay. Tito, those naman dun sa may mga parang special concerns, whether regarding sa loans or basta it's an urgent special concern and they really need to contact their depository branch, tapos hindi nila makontak, either sarado or they cannot, what will you suggest to them, Tito?
All banks have this help desk. Just email the help
Okay.
desk. Kumisan yung mga call
Okay.
center, tumatakbo pa rin, medyo kumisan lang, medyo mababa ang pagsagot. But like us, I think we're still able to answer 50% of the calls. No? Sorry,
Okay.
60% of the calls. Medyo mahirap lang, but you could email the bank. You could send us messages, then we'll attend to it.
Okay, that's good. Tito, yung ATM withdrawals, kung walang Eastwest or mga Eastwest accredited mga ATMs, will you charge pa rin penalties now if they withdraw from a non-accredited or non-partner machines?
Yeah, it's not penalty. We people have to operate their
Ay, not
machine.
penalty, yes.
It's not. It's a
Parang
fee.
transaction fees. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, because There's machine, there are people who need to put money on those machines. There's electricity. There are a lot of these costs. In fact, our charges below our costs. So
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
the consortium, it's any ATM is open to everyone. We could
Okay.
we could withdraw anywhere. And some ATMs now will take deposits.
All right. Okay. Pero yun nga, pero may fees pa rin kung hindi partner banks or machines, pero minimal lang, Tito, no?
Yeah,
Tito,
oo.
yung
Mas mura
payroll.
pa sa mamasahe. Kaya mamasahe ka.
Okay. Okay. Tito, yung mga working from home or yung mga, kasi di ba majority of the companies naman now, kahit na naka-quarantine, hindi pumapasok yung employees, tuloy-tuloy, di ba, yung sweldo nila. Will there be delays ba on payroll remittances and deposits?
So far,
Or,
I haven't heard any. If there's any, it's more an exception. Kasi andyan naman yung,
okay.
bukas naman yung bangko. Papadala lang nila. So
Okay.
they are in touch with their relationship managers, their stock
Okay.
managers. So nasa service na naman
Okay.
natin. At least, pero lalong-lalo na ang payroll. At napakaselan kasi
Okay.
alam naman natin
Yun
ang
nga,
kakain.
yun lang inaasahan. Opo,
Oh.
Tito. So that's good news. Tito, yung ATM, di ba there's daily limit on cash withdrawals on ATM. Tinaasan ba natin yan ngayon
You know,
during lockdown?
most banks, yung limit, we could set and request whatever limit we want. Now, if you want a bigger limit,
Okay.
okay. So if anyone wants to increase their limit, I think that could be arranged and that could be done.
Okay.
So
Ngayon ba,
limit,
Tito, pare-pareho lang ba all banks or
karamihan,
depends on the bank?
most banks are about 50,000. I think that's more than enough. Daily
Yeah.
transaction yun, daily. No, even if you
Okay.
withdraw 50,000 a day, that's a lot of money. Well, maybe we
Yes.
should lower it, not increase it, no? For safety.
Oo
Dapat
nga.
that's more or less.
Especially, correct. Yes, I agree, Tito. Okay, Tito. Credit card accounts. Some people may need to, baka ubos na max out na. Pero they need to go to the supermarket and buy important stuff. Meron bang increase in credit limit? May automatic increase now sa credit limit? Or can they request during this period?
Unfortunately, that is a difficult question, no?
Okay.
The honest answer to that is there's none. Because remember, our first,
Okay.
because we don't know the situation, and our first duty is to make sure we'll be able to repay our depositors. So kung hindi tayo makolekta sa mga pinangutang natin, kawawa naman yung mga depositors natin. So I always say when banks are accused, kayo naman kayo fair weather friends, no? Pag mainit, gusto niyo magpayong, pag umuulan, naalis niyo yung payong. We are not anti-borrowers. We are just pro-depositors. Because remember,
Okay.
our depositors entrusted their monies to the bank, and it's our duty and the biggest
To
obligation
safeguard.
that we safeguard and protect the deposits.
Okay. Tito, yung syempre maraming problemang magbayad ngayon ng credit card bills nila. Naka-waive ba ngayon ang interest fees or penalty fees? Kung hindi sila, walang means sila now to pay?
Mga walang konti, Shelly. I think we're the first bank who started this payment deferment. No, the following Monday when ECQ was announced, we came up with an advisory that we are giving a payment holiday for 30 days. So yung mga penalties, naka-waive sa atin yun. But the interest is not, because interest is something that has to be paid because we're still paying interest to our depositors. Ayaw naman mag-waive ng mga depositors, di ba?
Oo nga. Oo. Okay.
At saka nagkapa-filter pa tayo ng tao. So we also have operating expenses. So, but no penalties, no service charges. Yeah.
Pero dito kasi I know some, I think Eastwest also parang, or was it Central Bank? Basta there was an announcement, I forgot now where I've seen it, na yun nga, talagang we waive ngayon yung penalties. Pero parang system generated ba? Kasi a lot of people pa rin naiinis kasi naka-bill pa rin sa kanila or yung mga ibang may auto-debit to their account na charge. Madali naman yun, no? Papa-reverse lang nila yun, Tito.
Yeah. It's a law. It's a law that's been passed. So all banks are now mandated or obliged to do this the payment deferment during the ECQ time. So hanggat may ECQ, meron tayong deferment.
Also, Tito, we have a message from Miguel Ching. He said, Eastwest Bank daw is the first bank to announce payment holiday for credit cards. Ang
Oo.
galing. So kayo tapon nyo na ibang credit cards. Puro Eastwest na lang. Very good, 'di ba? O Tito, how about loans? For sure, ang mga questions na, what if we have trouble paying for house mortgage, car mortgage, consumer and personal loans?
I think all the banks, East West, lalo na, no, will be very reasonable and understand the situation. Mag-usap lang tayo, no, and see what we need that
Okay.
needs to be done. We understand that there could be some difficulties, not only our housing loan customers, even our business customers and everything else. But the most important thing, I think, is to be upfront and
Okay.
reckon with it, so we could plan it together on how to go about it para magkatulungan tayo. Kasi ayaw din naman namin mahirapan yung ating mga nangungutang, our borrowers.
All
And it's
right.
not to our interest that they
Okay.
are may ipit ang cash flow nila.
Okay, so Tito, basta they have to lang, hindi to automatic, no? Kasi wala namang one size fits all na restructuring program or mga accommodation. So, they have to call the bank. Okay.
Yeah,
May
plus
mga
the situation,
nagtatanong yung mga,
oo. Saka yung
sige, go
sitwasyon,
ahead,
hindi
Tito.
parehas eh. Di ba? Yung iba mas
Okay.
hirap kaysa iba naman ang condition,
Yes.
temporary, iba mas mahaba. Everybody has their own stories. So we need to understand. But there will be some
Okay.
common, no? But we need to adjust. Oh. Kasi baka depende kasi sa kalagayan ng ating mga
Okay.
nagbabangko.
Okay. I think mas maraming may concern sa,
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry, Shelly, may internet yata
Okay.
nawala.
So,
Nung huli,
Tito,
hindi ko na.
yun. So, wag muna mag-worry. Basta they just have to talk to kung sino man yung agent nila sa bank.
Yes. Yes.
Tito, can you hear me clearly? So, yung
Now,
mga
mm-mm.
auto loans, kasi syempre nag-worry, okay. They just need to really talk to their agent. So, you will have repayment programs mapag-uusapan, loan structuring. That can be arranged. Tito,
Pwedeng
checks. Yung mga unfunded checks.
that one has to bounce. Unfunded checks, because kabit-kabit kasi yan eh, di ba? So it's not to anybody's interest because the other party, like pag isang check na break, minsan dire-diretso kasi inaasahan din ng kabila, napupondohan yung kanyang check na inaasahan din naman ng kabila eh. That's why
So,
it
yeah,
has to be
domino
very,
effect
very
na.
quick. Ini-expect na lang ng
So,
lahat. Pag na-break mo yan, ang hirap ng katayuan. That's why the checks has to be, the integrity of the checking account has to be ensured. Otherwise, masisira ang negosyo. Mas mahihirapan tayong lahat. Yeah. Ito, hello? Sherry? Nawawala.
and Tito, di ba? Yes.
Sorry,
And they know that naman when everyone opening a checking account, sinasabi na you really cannot issue a check. Okay. Do you hear me now, Tito?
Yeah,
Tito
yeah.
Tony? Can you
Yes,
hear me?
better.
Okay. Okay. So, basta yung checks na walang funds, magbabounce. Okay? How about time deposits, Tito? Yung mga gusto mag-preterm, may ganun pa rin, may penalties pa rin if they want to preterm now during lockdown.
Yeah, because yes, there will be some penalties that has to be paid because we also have contractual obligation on the other side naman. Kasi everything is related here. When we get a time
Okay.
deposit, we also invest that. We cannot preterm the other side. We need to replace the time deposit. So there are costs involved that has to be made sure that we're kept whole and has to be paid.
Okay. Okay. Tito, yung mga may safe deposit boxes, and then they really, really need to get something important. Pero yung depository bank nila sarado. Is there a way for them to retrieve items?
It's hard to answer that in general terms, but I would
Okay.
advise that they get in touch with their relationship officers. Maybe something could be done about it.
Okay.
I would imagine that there will be a lot of instances na pwede naman yan, no? Pero kung minsan hindi available yung mga tao, medyo mas mahirap. But that's why it's hard
All
to
right.
generalize. But we'll be open to that.
Okay. Okay. So, Tito, but again, kung any concerns, just call or email through your website, Facebook account. Ganyan, no, Tito?
Right, right, right. The
Tito,
get in touch.
eto.
Mhm.
Yung mga fraud, ngayon, of course, ako kasi, I really believe, and na lahat ng tao talaga good. Pero hindi mo maiwasan, Tito, 'di ba, lalo na pag may crisis na ganito. Ayan na yung mga scams, fraud.
Mhm.
Ano, Tito, yung how can we protect or educate yung mga ourselves and educate din yung elderly parents, lola, ganyan, against these frauds? And ano ba usually yung mga scam now sa banking industry?
Well, it's still the traditional, yung identity theft, ano yun pa rin, yung phishing, na trying to get your credentials, your password, your account number, and
Right.
all those are still the more or less the modus operandi. So that's why we keep on advising people, when you see a site or when you see a message that you don't know where it came from, medyo mag-ingat po tayo
Uh-huh.
ng konti. Huwag po tayo
Okay.
bukas ng bukas. Kung meron tayong tinatanong,
Tito, I think meron lang. Can you guys still hear me? Can you comment? Am I? Oh, let's wait for Tito Tony. I think his connection is fluctuating. So I hope you guys are enjoying this discussion. We have few minutes left. If you have, well, they're fixing the reception for Tito Tony. For Tony Moncupa, to those who just signed in, we are now having one-on-one conversation with the president and CEO of Eastwest Bank, Mr. Tony Moncupa. Um, they're just fixing the signal from his okay, let's wait. Can you can guys, you can type in if you have questions that you would want East West to address while we're waiting for him to reconnect. Okay, so while waiting for him, it's my chance na to read some of the comments. Baka may important questions. Um, well, a lot of our friends are watching. Hello, everyone. Hello, Carol Mercado. I admire. Okay, wait. I'm looking for mga questions na we can ask Tito Tony. Just type in while we have a few minutes. Um, Anna, if you're still watching, I know you're helping your dad with this live stream. Just he can just log out and then sign in again. He just needs to enter the broadcast again. But I think he has to log out first and then click on the live stream link. Um let's see. I'm sorry, I'm watching all the I'm reading all the comments.
sorry,
So,
nawala.
ayan, he's back. You're
nawala.
back.
I'm
Okay.
back,
Oh,
I'm
you're
back.
back. Na-miss
Hmm.
ka nila, Tito. Okay, Tito, you're saying.
Yeah, but I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, sorry, ah.
Sa fraud. We're talking about the mga
You're talking
scams
about
now, yung
fraud.
mga phishing. Yes. I think I don't know if it's
Yeah,
me or if it's Tito Tony. Oh, game.
I'm okay.
May
Well,
okay.
Kaya lang mag-ingat lang tayo. Pag hindi natin kilala, may email na dumating, hindi po natin alam, nagdududa tayo, asking us to go to a site, think twice and check first. Because at least this is where a lot of the frauds are being connected. And
Okay.
also, but so far, the number of fraud, in spite of the increase in the number of mobile banking and internet banking, hindi naman siya ganun karami. Pero
All
in terms
right.
of percentage, but in absolute amount, dumadami yan kasi dumadami yung gumagamit ngayon ng mobile banking saka ng online banking.
Okay, Tito, yung ganyan pala, paano kung talagang na-scam? May talaga bang mawawala yung pera nila? Or pag na-prove naman nila na na-scam sila, paano yan, Tito?
You know, it generally, if it's the fault, pinamigay mo yung password mo, I mean,
Okay.
I don't think it's
Alright.
reasonable to ask the bank to pay for that, no? Now, if it's something which is they don't know, like identity theft, typically, like for example, you're in Manila, you have a transaction in San Francisco, then that has to be traced, and then typically we reimburse that from the scheme provider, either from the merchant or from MasterCard, Visa, or they have provisions for that. Basta hindi nila kasalanan, may pag-asa tayo. Pero kung napabayaan
Okay.
natin, medyo ibang usapan po yun.
So, Tito, yung mga, okay, so for example, yung mga withdrawals na manual, na yung iba yung, kunyari, ginaya yung signature nila, finorge, yung mga ganyan, may chance pa sila to retrieve that. Kasi kailangan na check talaga ng teller.
Yung mga ganyan, sagot ng banko yan. We
Alright.
look at it. Like so a signature didn't, what happened to be fake, and it could be shown, it could be proven that it's fake, then the bank would have to shoulder for that.
Okay, pero yung mga na-hold up, na shutdown sa ATM, wala tayong magagawang assistance doon. Okay.
Saka kung minsan
Alright.
yung hindi nila alam yun ba, yung tatay, hindi niya alam kinuha ng anak yung kanyang ATM, winidraw, binalik, tapos sabihin sa banko, di rin nila alam. But sometimes we see it in the camera. It's either
Yun
somebody,
okay.
those things happen. All of those, so many of those things, so many possibilities.
Oo, so kakawawa na, hindi na problema. Away pamilya na yun, sila na mag-away-away dito, 'di ba? Habulin na nila yung pera nila from
But you see, the cardholder sincerely and honestly believe they didn't go out. So they are really convinced that there's some fraud that happened. Siyempre, pag kinuha, hindi naman sasabihin na naman. Although madalang din naman
Okay.
yan. Sabi ko lang, those things
Konti lang.
happen. Those things happen.
Okay. Tito, ito na. Ito yung favorite kong i-discuss. In fact, one of the primary purposes of this special lockdown version of my show is to really share the good news to the public. Yung feature companies that are doing significant stuff for the country now. Can you share mga CSR initiatives of Eastwest? We start internal. Your programs for your employees first, Tito.
Well, at least for Eastwest bankers, the first thing we've done is take care to make sure that everybody are not put to the risk is managed, no? So lahat ng pumapasok natin mga kasama, meron tayong we make sure we're red alert on hygiene. Call it hygiene red alert. And likewise, so it has to be cleaned. That's the protection of power, yung mga kasama natin sa hanap buhay, at saka yung narin natin mga kliyente. Tapos pangalawa,
Okay.
we make sure also that that is not only that we maintain social distancing, we do our part to avoid the spread of the virus. So even inside the work area, dapat may social distancing. Tapos those we could keep at home to the extent possible, we try to keep them at home so that they will be safe.
Okay.
So first, the
Alright.
safety of our people and our customers. The second, we also try to assist everyone. We make sure that the cash flows are not affected. So far, we have committed to our people that don't worry about your cash flows, at least for until the next payday, or maybe it will extend. I don't know what will happen. So that one,
Okay.
we have assured our workforce that will continue. We keep the cash flow flowing. Sabi nila, ganyan, di ba? But on the other hand, on the social front, we do our CSR through our parent. Yung nanay namin, yung Philinvest Development Corporation. If you've seen in the paper,
Okay.
they've donated 100 million to buy to procure testing equipment related to this virus. And likewise, they have made available Palms Country Club, yung sa staff para maging partner
Oh,
ng that RTMU ba yon dito sa Alabang? So they're there. But don't our club members don't worry. The club will be cleaned and make sure it is safe. No, but in the meantime, it's
okay.
being used to house our frontliners there who are doing a lot of testing. Tapos kasama pala sa programa natin, lahat ng pumapasok na empleyado natin ngayon sinusundo natin, inihatid natin. Unang-una, wala
Ang
kasing public.
galing.
Pangalawa,
Okay.
kailangan din kasing kailangan din para safe sila, no? So they don't get to meet with other much people. So we
Alright.
make sure they're safe. Otherwise, that's the least we could do because, Abu Bara, I know it's difficult. People are afraid, and there is valid reasons to be afraid. So we will try
Okay.
to understand as much as we try to help as much as we could.
Tito, there's maybe I think this is your employee, Marlon Libao. He said, "Thank you, Sir Tony, and to all dear leaders in the bank for always prioritizing the welfare and safety of your employees." And yun nga, Tito, you mentioned nga kanina, ito yung sanitizing the place. This will continue. Even the social distancing will continue kahit malift na ang
Yeah.
ECQ. 'Di ba,
Kasi
Tito? Okay.
we're talking about a new normal. It will be the
All right.
norm until we find a vaccine. Hanggat walang
All right.
vaccine, we will operate in a post-ECQ world under under a situation we call the new normal working norms, which essentially is
That's
about social distancing and a very high level of hygiene red alert. Talagang in full attention ka dyan. Ready to do battle against this virus.
Oo nga, si Virus. Tito,
Pagtama naman
how
natin si
about
virus.
how about your relief efforts naman, Tito, to the communities?
Yeah, that's the
External.
help we're doing. Internal, kanya-kanya naman contribute. Sabi nga, tayo, di ba, may mga project tayo sa Rotary Club.
Yes.
Titignan yung aming masipag na
Okay.
presidente, si
Kanya-kanya.
C.P.
So,
Andrew. Congratulations.
oo. No, but so ayaw mong i-announce, Tito? I know ang daming natulong ni Eastwest Bank. Maraming donations.
Yeah,
Let's share with them, Tito.
but a lot more on our parent, no? Yung Philinvest Development
Okay.
Corporation. So,
All
na lang,
right.
at least sila kasama.
Oh, siya.
Yung natutuwa ko rito, mula sa maliliit na Pilipino hanggang sa malalaking negosyante, lahat tulong-tulong. Nakikita naman natin sa dyaryo, no? Daan-daang milyon ang inuubos nila para matulungan natin makatulong sila sa labang ito dito sa
Okay.
virus sa pandemic na ito.
Tito, eto, kilala mo to, mag-hi ka dito, TJ Pilipina.
Yes, of
May
course.
question.
I've known her for some time, huh? She used to be my girlfriend.
Oo, ex-girlfriend. No?
Ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend. So si TJ Pilipina ang naka-capture ng heart ni Tony Moncupa. Kailangan ko itanong to, how will the bank help in jump-starting the economy after the lockdown? So that's my next question talaga. What's the future now of the banking industry and how it will help all other industries?
The banking industry could help as much because after all, we continue to, and we're the biggest vehicle in the intermediation process to make sure there's capital available to our business people, no? So to the point that our customers will cooperate, magtutulungan po tayo para makita natin anong magandang gawin. Pag nalaman natin ang sitwasyon, then we could go and full steam ahead to continue our investing and our lending activities. Malaking bagay din po rito yung ginagawa ng ating pamahalaan, no? A lot of the recoveries, just like all the governments in the whole world, marami po ang bagay ay depende sa tinatawag nilang fiscal intervention more than the monetary intervention. Paano tutulungan natin yung mga ating maliliit na negosyante? Paano tutulungan natin ang ating mga manggagawa, the population? Because if the population has no money, there's no demand for goods. Kung mawala naman po ang ating maliliit na negosyante, madadami po ang kawalan ng trabaho. So we need to protect jobs. And a lot of these things will be helped if through the programs that the government is lining in place. I know it's
Mm-hmm.
it's an evolving process, but they're already talking a lot of programs, and that's a critical area because if we have those things and alleviate the pain of this
Right.
ECQ, and then the recovery will be faster.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise,
Uh-huh.
the threat is we lose more jobs, and that would really be very bad because it will cause marami pong paghihirap na mangyayari. Mahira-hirapan po yung ating mga kababayan. Huwag naman po sana magkaganoon because we need jobs. That is yan po ang batayan unang-una ng kasaganaan ng ating bayan at ng
Yes.
katahimikan ng ating bayan. Pag ang tao walang trabaho po, magulong sitwasyon. It's
Oo
also
nga
an
yan,
to help everybody get out of this. No?
Tito, you mentioned about the possibility of some people losing jobs. Ang dami nating viewers ngayon, employees of Eastwest. Ngayon, you can choose not to answer if it's confidential. Wala pa naman, so because of this, wala pa namang retrenchment na nangyari. Even if, kasi di ba the new normal na now, maybe mas madami ng virtual or work from home, ganyan, ma-affect ba ang mga bank employees?
Well, the bank,
Particularly East-West.
yung malaking bangko, walang problema yan. Meaning, I think we're
Okay.
still in a growth mode. We know we could pause a bit, but the bank is poised to resume its ambition to be one of the more significant banks in this country. Wala pong problema yan. Ang malaki pong problema yung ating mga tinatawag na micro and small and medium enterprises. Yung medyo po hirap sa cash flow. Ayun po ang kailangan ng tulong. But all the big companies, I think we're safe. We're okay because precisely malaki po ang ating kapital. Easily,
Okay.
about more than 50 billion of capital. That's a lot of money. And we could withstand this. We have enough ammunition to withstand this pain. But there are many of our business where most of the employments are. Ito po ang pinakamarami nag-i-employ sa atin sa bayang natin. No? They need help. They need assistance. They need some intervention because they are victims of something not of their own doing. So, biktima po sila. Kailangan po nila ng tulong talaga. And I think
Tito,
that's something...
marami ng...
Sorry.
Go ahead, Tito. Go ahead.
Saying that is something that's being done worldwide. It's a general phenomenon. So, para makita lang natin, hindi po ito kasalanan ng kahit sino. This is an accident that had happened, and it's universally recognized that we need to do something to alleviate the pain. Pero ang dulo po nito ay yung pagtaas ng unemployment. Ayun po ang gusto nating iwasan. Because that one will cause us a lot of pain.
Yeah, pero Tito, no, will you agree with me na definitely this pandemic, no doubt, it really tests yung nation's economic aspirations talaga. But mga Filipinos, Tito, parang we're used na to adversity, diba? So parang we're used to resorting to our mga wits, ganyan, pragmatism. We're very flexible, resilient. So I really think we will get through this kahit problemang pera. Diba, Tito? So,
but things
wala
remember,
kailangan mag-worry. Yeah.
remember, Shelly, since 1997, this country has not experienced an economic slowdown. The last was the 1997 Southeast Asian financial crisis. So from 2007 until today, the country has only seen one economic phenomenon, and that is growth, growth, growth. Maybe slow sometimes, but still grow, grow, grow. That has changed the equation to a large extent. We're no longer as poor as we used to be. And that's the fortunate thing. The country now is in a better position to do a lot of intervention. Unlike in 1997, medyo matagal lang crisis kasi medyo poor tayo nun eh. Hindi tayo masyadong poor.
Yeah. So timing. Diba timing? Ngayon dumating si COVID. Kaya natin.
At least maganda yung tinatawag natin fiscal position, no? Our debt to GDP ratio is relatively lower, much, much lower than before. So, pwede tayong mag-deficit spending para tulungan natin yung ating mga negosyanteng kailangan ng tulong.
Okay. Tito, I have to read this. Meron tayong viewer, si Joel Balon. Sabi niya, pag linggo daw, hindi siya maka-withdraw sa ATM. Dapat hindi, no? Dapat even Sunday, meron.
Yeah.
So,
Kahit
okay.
Sunday, kahit 2 o'clock in the morning, anytime.
Oo,
7
so
days a week.
i-report niya sa bank.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maghanap na
So,
lang po
hanap
tayo
siya
ng
ng ibang ATM.
Hindi, kung minsan po kasi hindi
Okay.
maiwasan, may technical error, minsan either the lines or, but marami naman pong ATM para na
Okay.
magamit natin.
So, Tito, we last 3 minutes. I'm
Yeah.
reading the comments. Baka meron dito you really need to answer urgent. Puro think, ang dami mo nanonood dito, employees, executives, friends.
Oh.
Nasagot na, how are you protecting your employees? Okay. Mabuhay kami from Renato Tan, your
Oh.
classmate. Ah,
Ay.
ang dami nila, hindi ko nababasahin, pero si Tito Tony will review all these comments. Lahat ng employees ng Eastwest who are watching may salary increase. Babasahin yan. So, comment lang. O, ayan, Tito. Hi, boss, ACM. Thank you for protecting us. Proud Eastwest banker here. Mabuhay tayo lahat. So, yon, I think, Tito, you're able to address na lahat ng mga common concerns. Thank you so much, Tito. So, recap
Salamat.
lang to those who just tuned in. Yung mga tanong ng marami, again, safe ang money natin sa bank. Hindi kailangan mag-panic. You don't have to withdraw everything. Maraming cash, hindi mauubusan. Yung cash availability, we're okay. Ini-encourage tayo to do mobile or internet banking. Unfortunately, hindi nila ma-waive yung the interest rate sa credit card, but penalties are waived during this lockdown period. Yung mga mortgages, kotse, car, ganyan, you just have to coordinate with your bank agent for restructuring requests. O hindi to automatic, but you have to call them, they're flexible. Okay? So, ingat sa fraud, ingat sa scams. Yung check, magbabounce pag walang pondo. Walang excuse for unfunded checks. Okay? Tito, any last message to our
Yeah,
viewers?
yun lang. Maraming salamat sa pagkakataon, Shelly. No, I think it's a good opportunity for us to reach out to a lot of our customers, to our employees, and to everyone else in the banking public that this is what the banking industry is doing, not only Eastwest but the whole industry. Ang huli lang po, sana po magpatuloy tayong magtulungan para labanan ang krisis na ito at sana po patuloy po tayong maging masunurin. Let's help and cooperate so that to ensure social distancing, so para po matapos ng ECQ at makabalik po tayo sa ating mga hanap buhay. Kawawa naman po ang mawawalan ng trabaho at ang mga negosyong naghihirap dahil dito hindi makalabas. So to everybody's attention, to everybody's benefit, let's all cooperate with the authorities and ensure we follow the rules of this enhanced community quarantine. Marami pong salamat sa inyo lahat.
Thank you, Tito Tony. You're looking very good now. Thank you. We'll continue this discussion post-ECQ sa studio naman, Tito, ha? We want to know na ano ng condition ng bank after this ECQ.
Let me
For the
know.
regular show. Bye, Tito. Enjoy the rest of the
Thank you.
day. Thanks. Okay, mga lobbies, overtime. It's really hard. Super kulang 30 minutes. I really can't do 30 minutes, especially when you're talking to somebody who's very knowledgeable about his industry. So that's it for now. We'll see you again tomorrow. Same time, 4 p.m. So my guest tomorrow it's another angel, beauty queen, former actress, Miss Patricia Javier. She is married to Rob Walcher, and they have a chiropractic wellness business, and they're doing so many things for the community. So I hope you will join us tomorrow, 4 p.m. Bye, mga lovies. Thanks again.